Welcome back to the NooTTooB. It's been a while. We have Morgan McLaughlin with us again today, and we're going to talk about rosés.
Yes, in search of the perfect rosé.
In search of the perfect rosé?
Yes.
What's that?
Well, that's the idea where you come to the Finger Lakes and you travel around to all the wineries and you find your perfect rosé.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Finger Lakes make rosé?
Last time I checked, we make a fair amount.
Oh, wait a minute. These must be rosés right here.
Oh, wow.
We have the Dr. Constantine Franck 06 dry rosé, the Ravines 06 dry rosé, and the Anthony Road 06 dry rosé. And actually, by coincidence, maybe not by coincidence, this month we're going to be featuring a flight of dry rosés here at the bistro.
Wow, that's great.
Do you know what a flight is?
Is that where we soar over the sky?
Yes, yes. But another kind of flight is where instead of just having a glass of wine when you come in, you have a little glass of wine of several, in this case 3 related wines, so that not only can you enjoy each one individually, but you can enjoy them side by side. And it's great if you were to come in with rosé. Rosé is a great food wine too. And if we had something on the menu like, say, some sort of ravioli or whatever, it'd be great to have with these rosés.
Now, aren't rosés always sweet?
Oh, what's this?
Wow. Wow, a ravioli.
Wow, what kind of ravioli is this?
It's the chef's menu ravioli. It's stuffed with strawberry chip.
Oh, that
And
sounds
topped
good.
with walnuts.
Well, let's have at it.
Hey,
Enjoy.
cheers to dry rosé.
The dry rosé.
Now, I'm still thinking, it looks a little Behringer White Zin. Is this going to be sweet?
I don't think so,
Okay.
hence the dry.
Okay.
But, I think rosés may have been getting a little bit of a bad rap because of these lightly red or pink colored wines that are really sweet and maybe not as complex and interesting as a dry rosé. But I think these wines are going to be different.
Now, I find it interesting that you have the different colors. So we have kind of in the middle, the Ravines is a little bit more peach, a little bit lighter.
Yeah. Well, I think there is a broad range of color with rosés. After all, rosés are made from red grapes, and the way when you make a red wine, the way you create a red wine is you ferment the wines on the skins because all this color is in the skin of the grape. So if you want to make a rosé, well, it's pretty simple. Not really, but the simplest part of it is that you press the juice out of the grapes before they have a lot of time to leach the color out of the skins. Now, depending on the exact grape and on the exact way you process the wines, the color may be darker or lighter. It may be more salmon colored or maybe more pink or purplish colored. It all depends on processing, the winemaking, and the grapes. And here we have probably a variety of different grapes and a variety of different approaches.
Now, what makes rosé so good with food? I mean, other than being dry.
Well, I think it's kind of treads in a way. It treads in between a white and red. It has really crisp acidity and relies on that balance between fruit and acidity to make the wine. To say word twice in the sentence, balanced. Makes it crisp, fruity, a little bit tart to pair up with food, but at the same time, it has some of the more robust flavors that you might expect in a red, although not as much tannin.
So, do you find that a lot of wineries are timing their rosés to come out with summertime?
Well, of course, rosé is a great alternative to drink in the summer to a heavy red wine because they are so refreshing and lighter. I think many times, even though rosés can age very well, they're exquisitely pleasant drunk as young wines. So at Red Noot, we'll be releasing our 08 rosé in just a couple of months, and I think we'll see a lot of other wineries in the Finger Lakes who are starting to really appreciate the idea of making rosé. Those wines will be out in a month or two probably as well.
Well, it seems to make sense for a cool climate like the Finger Lakes to have rosé as a category, and you would think that it offers a lot of room for expansion in terms of wineries adding it to their portfolio of wines.
Oh yeah, I think the Finger Lakes is a great region for rosé. One of the impediments to making a great rosé in the Finger Lakes has been that, well, not enough people have been buying rosé. And of course, if you make a wine, you have to have a market for it. But that's changing. I think I saw a news article recently indicating that the sales of rosé has increased dramatically in just the past few months.
Yeah, I think I saw a report where imported rosé sales to the U.S. were up 42% last year.
42%.
Yeah.
Wow, we need to get that back to a flat line and have Finger Lakes rosé take up the slack.
Well, I think that proves that people are embracing rosé as a category, and there's a great opportunity for the Finger Lakes, given that we're a cool climate, we have a lot of reds in production. It's kind of a natural.
All right, well, let's taste these. I don't want to keep people on the hook here too long. Oh, the Dr. Frank, elegant kind of strawberry nose. It's just really pretty.
Now, rosés, you pretty much can guarantee they won't be aged in oak.
Probably not. Although the thing about rosés is each winemaker, as much or more than any other variety, I think the approach to rosé winemaking tends to be diverse. And just as the colors tend to be diverse between producers, winemakers, philosophies, and we span a fairly wide range as well. It has just a little bit of weight on the palate. Nice, crisp, kind of apple-like acidity. Nice strawberries in the flavors as well.
Yeah, the Ravines is, I think, a little less fruity, a little bit more lean. And I think that kind of goes back and parallels Morton's style, where it seems across the line, a little bit more lean.
Yeah, Morton's a very serious winemaker, very good winemaker, and his style does reflect this very austere complexity, but a restrained, austere complexity, and that's a common thread in his wines, which makes those wines so terrific, like this wine is going to be with this ravioli.
Ravenous.
And the final one here before we can start eating is Anthony Road. That's just bursting with berry fruit. I find even a little bit of a cranberry and cherry, in addition to a little hint of rhubarb in terms of the very quenching acidity.
No, I'm surprised. Should I be surprised if these have a slight chill to them?
I popped them in the fridge about 15 minutes ago. They're not icy cold, but they're just not quite room temperature either. A little bit of a chill. I like my rosés generally, just slightly chilled.
Well, and I think it helps too on a real hot day overlooking beautiful Seneca Lake.
As we are today. Well, cheers.
Cheers again.
And thanks for joining us on
The search for the perfect rosé on NooTTooB.